TV.
Welcome everyone to the Durham Community Center OLA Jr.B Lacrosse as the undefeated Elora Hawks make their way to Durham to take on the Owen Sound North Star. Spencer Byers and alongside me, as always, the MSL GM, Steve McCarthy. And Steve, Owen Sound's at a rough 4-game stretch. They're dead in the middle. They've already played Orangeville. They've got Elora tonight, and they got Cambridge down in Cambridge later this week. Doesn't get any tougher than playing a team that's, I believe, 6-1, a team that's 8-0, and then Cambridge, who's also 6-1, and already playing a Six Nations team that also is very, very good in the OLA.
Yeah, they certainly have the strongest division in the Ontario Jr.B loop, and yeah, tonight will again be a big test for them. They certainly want to rebound from their performance last Sunday against Orangeville, and you know, no tougher task than taking on the defending Founders Cup champions.
The defending Founders Cup champs who are out to a perfect 8-0 start, as we'll go to J.C. Coots for the national anthem here tonight.
As we are joined by head coach of the West Grade Rampage U17, Chris Hopkins, as well as a member of the U17, Nash Hopkins. With the captain of the Elora Hawks, Trey Jr.B, and the assistant captain of the Jr.B North Stars, Owen Stevenson, please join for tonight's ceremonial face-off. Thank you. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise if you are able for tonight's play of our national anthem.
National anthem is done. Taking a look at the Hawks netminder in the cage, Andrew Wilson. 5 starts for him, but 4 games played, 4 wins. He continues his good start. Sam Forbes, the backup, former Owen Sound Jr.B North Star a few years ago. Over in the Owen Sound cage, Miles Plater gets the start again after what ended up being not a great performance in the first period against Orangeville, but definitely cleaned it up in the final 40 against the Northmen. They'll need him to be spectacular again tonight and have a faster start than he did a week ago. Elora looking to go back-to-back Founder Cup champs. Owen Sound looking to give the Hawks their first blemish on the regular season. And again, Steve, we kind of mentioned it. It's going to be a tall task to do so, but hopefully they're the team to do it.
Yeah, they got to really keep a simple game, have good offensive possessions, Don't turn the ball over in vulnerable situations, and don't take penalties. You know, Elora's got a really nice power play, highly skilled, and they'll make you pay.
They're a good 5-on-5, Steve. You can only imagine what they are up a guy. Elliot Thompson and Liam Keating will get a chance to go at it in the face-off circle to begin the game here in Durham. Tied up. Keating really digging for it. Thompson seemingly popped it out, but retrieved immediately by the Hawks, and that's Carter Coffey, and Coffey will waddle his way into the offensive zone waiting for some reinforcements. He'll get some, and it gets to Tobias Wilson. There's 3 Wilsons. I got to assume some of them are related to Brindley Wilson, who's now out in Alberta playing Jr.A, leading point getter last year in the Jr.B division. And there's going to be a minor early in the game. They already got Pryor. That shot right on Plater. Save made. Levine caught it, but buried in the crease there was Evan McDougall by Pryor. So Pryor will sit for 2 or less. 31 seconds to begin the game. And you mentioned penalties may be a factor tonight, just as they were against Orangeville. And how right you were, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, that's, again, just another undisciplined penalty. You don't mind seeing aggressive penalty situations, but that was just not aggression. That was just a silly penalty to take 10 people in a referee.
And that ball gets bounced away. Everyone's kind of jousting for it there in front of Plater, who made the initial save. Whistle goes, an extra couple pops there, as it should be Owen sound ball, and it will be Owen sound ball. And again, that power play's got lots of weapons. J.J. Levine, who was up there in league scoring, is not as high as he was last year, but you got to assume Levine will get it going relatively soon here. Now down for Sly Sundown, who I had a chance to speak to. You'll see that during the second intermission here tonight. Sly Sundown, easily the biggest player on the floor, I think, by either team. So they'll get a chance to see me with some more towers, just like I usually talk to in the OHL. In fairness, they have skates on, so Sly's even taller with just shoes. As Everest kind of rolled that one in, and then so did Laycock. So a good shoe there by Owen Sound, kills 30 seconds off, as Evan McDougall will go retrieve it as the second leading point getter in the OLA. Had a chance to speak to him pregame. You'll see that interview during the first intermission as he plays it over for Levi Wilson, who's second on the team in scoring. Wilson, McDougall, Wilson. Little pass the parcel there at the top between the two. Back for McDougall. McDougall for Levine. That shot scores! J.J. Levine gets it going on the power play.
Yeah, well executed there. Just a simple, straightforward little pick, slide through the open spot on the left shooter side, and he picked the top corner as he came across the net. I mean, excellent shot, and again, you just can't give this team 5-on-4 looks. They're going to eat you up, and that's a big learning experience there.
Now,
less than 2 minutes into the game.
That's Levine's 16th goal in the season. That puts him, pardon me, tied for, or just into sole possession of third place for most goals on the Elora Hawks. Not sure I get the chance to say I called that one, because I said J.J. Levine will get it going, and he scores the first goal of the game. But, you know, it's nice to be right once in a while, Steve. I don't get that chance too often, so it's nice to be right today.
Yeah, I hear you.
Played off the top now for Tobias Wilson. Played over now for Spencer Aitchison. Played down, that shot right into Plater. Good save, that was Caden Diskel. As it's played for Ryan Cranny now. Cranny lost his footing, and they're gonna call a slash on Evan McDougall.
Wow.
McDougall's unimpressed, as no one's out have a chance here to go to their first power play of the game once they get a shot on target here. Ball possession changes. Hutchinson fires, and I think it might be a 6 call here against, at least I saw a signal between the referees. I'm not exactly sure what that was, as there will be a penalty against Evan McDougall. I think they're going to call the slash there on number 4. So Owen Sound will go to their first power play of the game. We'll see if they can have some success, just as Elora did, as Laycock will start with it.
2 minutes for slashing. It's a North Stars power play.
Lone Wickens back for Laycock. Down for Morrison. Morrison back for Laycock. Laycock tried to get to Moran. It does bounce to him. Moran will fire. It goes wayward, but Sly Sundown could get there. He doesn't, and it gets swapped into the corner by Morrison, but away now will come the Hawks. Nice spin there, and getting away is Ryan McDougall. McDougall had it whacked away from him. Ooh, and it kind of got handcuffed there by Levine as both McDougal and McLevine almost collided. Sundown now for Carter Moran. Moran will slow it down, waiting for all his guys to get in position. Back for Laycock down at the top. Lone Wickens, Morrison, Moran trying to get it there to Laycock. He does. That shot was blocked for it. Never made it on target. And away will go the Hawks, and it's Tovel. Tovel's got a runner beside him. Oh, Tovel passed it over. Rang off the post. That one was Carter Coffey on the break. Well executed 2-on-1 there by Elora. Just don't come away with anything. At least on the scoreboard.
Great speed in that transition game there by Elora, and almost went up 2-0 here on a shorthanded effort.
Laycock again with possession over for Sly Sundown. Laycock and Sly Sundown play a little past the parcel there. Down for Sly. Back for Laycock. Laycock fires. That one whistled wide. Bounces, and a chance here to go for Elora, and they will. And he's all alone. Webley shot and scores. Jack Webley makes it 2-0 Elora. And that's a shorty for one of the defenders.
Yeah, again, that's a tough goal to give up. When you're on the man up, you've got a less than athletic guy playing the top of your power play, and his momentum brought him forward on his shot. The shooters off ball have to protect that top side and make sure they're going to be able to defend in transition. Owen Sound players got caught flat-footed, and a massive breakaway there. He made no mistake.
There's going to be a whistle, and they're going to call it against Elora, so possession will go to Owen Sound. Well, I mentioned there's quite a few people wearing an E on their shirt, so I assume there'll be some parents barking as this game goes on in favor of Elora here in Durham. Just as there was last weekend with Owen Sound against the Orangeville Northmen, as Owen Sound now back with possession. 20 seconds left here on the man advantage. Laycock and Sly Sundown playing the top there again. Play down for, that looks to be Everest Lone Wickens. Back for Sly. Sundown a fire, and Sly Sundown beats Andrew Wilson, and I don't know if he ever saw that rocket there, Steve.
He got a lot of leverage from that 6'6" frame, and he let it rip, and I'm not even sure where it went. I couldn't see the ball, so I think it went up top side, maybe a short side here. No, far side, just over the hip. And again, that's the reason why I don't know why they don't have Sly playing a little more of the top, the power play with that kind of height, vision, and his leverage on his shot. He'd be a dangerous guy up there, but nonetheless, you got him back in there, and good to see them rebound after giving up that shorty.
That's a power play marker there for Sly Sundown, his 9th goal of the season, 3rd on said power play. So very good job there by Sly Sundown to get a marker back off the after the shorthanded goals you mentioned, so now they break even on that power play. But special teams have been pretty important. All goals have been scored on special teams. Walking into that one goes Elora. That shot by Levine, saved by Plater. As Plater played it, and it got away there from the runner and Jesse Doolittle, and it will be immediately turned over.
Again, these are just unforced errors that they have to really clamp down on. You can't be giving Elora extra offensive opportunities, so just good to hit the short outlet guy.
Nice shot there. It misses, I believe. That was J.J. Levine again. He's had quite a few opportunities here early in this first. McDougal now trying to run around. McDougal will shoot. That's a save by Plater. That ball bounces away. McDougal trying to catch. McDougal getting whacked around here as 06. He does get back possession. He gets forced down, and that will send possession back in favor of Elora. McDougal is not a big kid. He's about my size, I think. But what he makes up for in skills and hands as that one goes. Tobias Wilson finishes through the contact of Ethan Kerr and makes it 3-1.
And again, that was just persistence by McDougal along the boards to corral that loose ball. He came out of a crowd, as you say, certainly one of the smaller players, if not the smallest player, shortest player on the floor. But he out-battled 2 Owen Sound defenders for that loose ball and allowed them to regain possession and start back up again.
A little water break there for the netminders as Miles Plater and Andrew Wilson go and get their drinks, and it is hot here in Durham. It's about, I think it was 25 when I drove in, maybe down as low as 23 or 22 right about now at 8:15-ish. But with that being said, we're inside a concrete building, a lot of body heat, and it's hot. I'm sweating through my suit right now, and I'm trying not to. I don't want to pay for more dry cleaning, Steve. I'm a broke college student. I can't afford more dry cleaning. Just fighting for it again is Keating and Thompson. Keating dive for it. Thompson trying to basically flip him over like in a rugby scrum, and away will come Owen Sound. Trying to get away there are the North Stars. Some battling there still in the face-off dot. That shot whistled wide there by Moran. It bounces up, and away will come Elora. As Moran's the only one there. It's just bucking the head. There's the defender. He's going to get away. Kreisco gets away. He'll shoot. Good save by Plater. What resistance there?
And again, that's just the will to get through a 1-on-3 situation. He breaks through all three defenders and goes right down the pipe to the goal and off the arm and off the post.
Good save there off of the Levi Wilson attempt. Miles Plater. And again, retrieved the loose ball. There was Elora. Driscoll was the one who got away. Played up now for Wilmets. Right across top for Evan McDougall. Never caught it. And away will come Owen Sound. And it's Wes Grant, who tried to go through McDougall, thought better of it, and will wait for some offensive options. Probably smart when you have McDougall in front of you. As Cole Hutchinson looking for a pass. Lone Wickens never looked towards the ball.
Again, just another unforced error. They're going to have to button this down in a hurry, or they'll find themselves in a big hole like they did last Sunday. When you're coming off that bench, the head has to be on a swivel. You got to know where that ball is at all times, and know that the back transition guy is looking to move it up the floor.
Tobias Wilson plays it. He misses A.J. Levine. It's going to go all the way down to his netminder. Going to have to play it. He's going to get run there by Ethan Kerr. Had to expect that. I know a lot of these North Star guys are not scared to take on a goalie. I saw Owen Pryor last year flatten a goalie and obviously start a scrum over said flattening. As trying to get away there is Tyson Morrison. Morrison taking a couple whacks for his trouble there from Keating. Play down for Sundown. Round for Moran. Carter, lots of bodies down. That shot saved, and a stick went flying there as Holden Stevenson battling with Brock Redwood, and they're still jawing there in front of the net. And again, you saw some of that last weekend against Orangeville. As A.J. Levine will take his time, trying to get around Jackson Ray. He plays it over for Levi Wilson. Wilson back for Evan McDougall. McDougall will take a couple whacks for his trouble. He lost that ball, and just trying to get away is Wes Grant, and he does. Wes Grant holding his own against the second leading point getter in the OLA.
And again,
so
Wes
far.
Grant, a smaller defensive guy, but he's quick. He's got pretty good hands, and you know, he's all effort as well.
Lone Wickens now for Moran. Moran's going to fire it. It got deflected. Never even got close to the netminder there. As Sundown's the last offensive guy. 2-on-1 the other way. That shot better saved there by Plater. The attempt by Levi Wilson. As Nolan McVicker will hand it off to Carter Moran, and Moran will saunter into the offensive zone, but he'll be met by Liam Keating. Keating trying to force him around. He does. Finally played down for Morrison. Owen Sound finally gets the rest of their offensive guys on the floor as Morrison zooming, crisscrossing around, and a better save by Wilson.
Yeah, they're going to want to, again, start setting something up, slow it down a little bit, and try to get inside. A good individual effort there, but again, those shots are coming from outside the dotted line and not nearly as dangerous as they could be inside.
Tobias Wilson gives it off there to Spencer Aitchison. Aitchison right into the equipment there of Miles Plater. And that's a big comeback hit there by Talon Brown as he'll go off against McDougall. Again, Evan McDougall does have a target on his back, being one of the top point getters in the OLA, just as you'd probably say Carter Moran does for this Owen Sound team. As Laycock for Sundown, that ball goes right through his stick. Sundown gets met there against the boards, and he won't get a chance there. Sundown, though, trying to play a little bit of catch-up. That ball fired, goes right through the stick there of Ryan McDougall, who will finally pick it up. And Ryan McDougall is pretty big, so you got to think Evan's going to have a chance to grow into himself. He's only 17, I believe, in his second year of OLA lacrosse. He was technically a U17 player last year playing Jr.B. As that ball skipped wide and bounces. It's caught by Levi Wilson, and a better save again by Plater. Some jousting again there in front of the net between the two sides. As now Jackson Ray will hold up and give it off to Carter Moran. We'll mention, Steve, I have not had a chance to see number 21, Nate Renault of the Elora Hawks. He's one of their top point getters. So that's a big loss for them if he isn't here, and I just haven't seen him or what have you. But without him, they haven't really missed a beat, it feels like, on offense. Moran gets it. That shot. Better save again by Wilson right into the net. Right into his big woody, as they call it.
Yes, in the woody. And again, it's tough if you're not going to come across the grease and improve that angle. You're going to have a tough time.
And Kerr got dropped, and they're going to call the possession there as great work by the captain, Trey Verbeek, as he'll now rush up for his offensive guys. Tobias Wilson played right in front. I believe that was a pass, and it missed. That ball bounced off a couple different black shirts. Trying to let it go there was Elliot Thompson, and now he'll now get away. And he's going to go, and he got dumped there by McDougal. They're going to call it a trip. Thompson gets up, and Thompson, thank goodness, just going to bark as he walks off. And I assume they're going to give McDougal the trip. But in fairness to poor Evan McDougal, again, Thompson's probably got about 6 inches on him. So him ducking the shoulder isn't really a trip. It's more just, please don't hit me and get out of the way. As you'll see here, he kind of braces for the hit and then dips and clips him right in the hip.
He knew exactly what he was doing, and
Well, I'm not arguing that he didn't know what he was doing, Steve. I'm just saying that his stature lends him to being able to do that. I would equate it to, and I know one's going to get this reference in boxing, but I don't really care. I get it. Is Guillermo Rigondeaux, one of the best Cuban fighters ever, two-time Olympic gold medalist. That was his fighting style, was how short he was. He bent down a lot to be almost unhittable by most other fighters. And McDougal has that ability where he's so short, you could say, and so like slender, that he can get away with kind of bending down and being such a small target for bigger guys like Elliot Thompson, for example. As that sundown shot goes wayward, they do get back possession, however, with a fresh shot clock to boot. Back out now. Hutchinson fires. I thought that hit the netting. He actually got blocked and caught by Sundown. He didn't make it to the red line. Moran. Hutchinson. Sundown. Nice move. Hey, Laycock. That's a good save. Rebound. Better save again. Lone Wickens tried to quick stick that one against Wilson, and they're going to call Lone Wickens for the possession. And away will come Elora. Some good chances there by Owen Sound, just nothing coming against Andrew Wilson.
yeah, good individual effort there to get inside by Nate Laycock, and then on the pass down to the crease, nice quick stick, but the goaltender was real athletic getting over there to take that away.
Connor Wilmets now. He gave it off to Tobias Wilson. Wilson gives it down there to Levi Wilson. Levi trying to get around, and that ball got whacked out of his stick by guess who? It's Wes Grant. Some fighting there in front of the net. Nothing comes of it. Gotta expect a lot of that here tonight, especially in front of Miles Plater. Give it off now to Carter Moran as he'll roll it for Sly Sundown. And Steve, you might get a chance to see what you've been waiting for. Sly at the top.
Yeah, he was up top to begin this power play, and again, then they'll find Carter Moran down.
Nice shot there by Sly. That ball bounces away. He's able to get it out to the corner. It's retrieved by Lone Wickens, who will get the fresh shot clock. Hutchinson now at the top, gives it off to Sly. Back for Hutchinson. Sundown fires. That one scores! Sly, Sundown making a pair, both on the man advantage. Brings Owen Sound within one.
Yeah, nice bounce shot. Looked like it went 5-hole, but again, he's a tough guy to gauge where that shot is going to go. Although he's got a long, kind of deliberate release, he's gets a lot on it. And again, nice bounce shot. So you don't see a lot of that. And well-executed power play.
Well, Steve, you also could say there as the foul was called against Elora, and the ball will go back to Owen Sound. Because Sundown's so tall, you think the ball's going to go kind of over his head and be maybe 6, 8, 7 feet in the air. And then when he comes down towards his hip, it makes it like a 3-footer. It's kind of hard to watch the ball and see where the angle's going to come from. So his height really does make it hard to track. You would think, kind of like a pitcher in baseball. Laycock in, that ball bounced wide. Was it touched? It was not. Carter tried to plead his case, but the referee disagreed. As that ball's given off down to Tobias Wilson, who will cruise his way into the offensive zone. Off for J.J. Levine. Evan McDougal back on the floor off of his penalty. Played down. That got there. Back for McDougall. Great save by Plater. Almost had him looking there by McDougall, but he basically put it exactly where Plater was going.
Just a good, hard, fast cut by McDougall to beat his defender towards the scoring area. And, yeah, big save by Plater there.
And Sundown gives it off now. Morrison right for Lone Wickens. Off of the post.
Yeah, and a nice little two-man game on the weak side there. The two right-handed offensive players worked it nicely. It created a great scoring opportunity, and if they continue that, they should be able to stay in this game offensively.
Now Verbeek plays it for O'Driscoll. 5:55 left here in this period. Trying to get around is J.J. Levine. He does. Levine spinning. Never really fired it. Immediately whacked away, though, but that ball is whacked loose. Who's going to get a hold of it? Ball is bouncing, and lands in the stick of J.J. Levine. Levine's going to have to fire from a mile away. Better save by Plater, who will keep it. Smart play there by Miles Plater. As now up the floor goes Calder Adams. Adams gave it off to Tyson Morrison. Morrison will get it whacked out of his stick, and quickly the other way it will go. Carter Coffey will race into the offensive zone. Played back, wide open. Good save again there by Wilson, or by Plater, pardon me, on Levi Wilson.
Yeah, that was a real bad defensive transition situation created by guys not getting off the floor to allow your defenders to get out there. So the offense really has to make an effort to get in that door and let their defenders go to work.
Lone Wickens back for Carter. Carter fires. Good save again. That ball does come loose, and Carter had a hold of it. Carter going to bat it back, and it ends up going into the restricted area and into Andrew Wilson's stick. Or, in fairness, Steve, you also could just say, or get back. If you don't want to get to the bench, at least attempt to stop somebody else from scoring.
Yeah.
Do something, if you will.
I mean, Elora is going to attack with lots of speed and transition. So if you're not ready to defend, you're going to be in trouble again.
As down goes one of the Elora Hawks. He's getting harassed there by Ryan Cranny. And Cranny took it away, and Cranny got forced hard into the boards, and they're going to send it to Owen Sound Ray. And racing up the floor will go Jackson Ray. Ray looking for Morrison, thinks better of it, and will wait, and he's still waiting. Hutchinson trying to use the referee as a screen. It kind of worked. Gives it down to Tyson Morrison. Morrison will get the screen from Laycock. I'm surprised there's no whistle on that one. Back for Sundown. Sundown looked to fire. He'll try to get around now. Pops that one for Laycock. Laycock will fire, and that was right at the end of the shot clock, and Wilson will make an easy play of it. As Ryan McDougall now will play it for Levi Wilson, who will saunter his way back into the offensive zone. Wilson lost it, did retrieve it, just flips it, and ends up landing in the stick of J.J. Levine. Levine trying to flick it back, he does. Good save again, that one on Connor Wilmets by Plater. As trying to get away is Ethan Kerr, and Kerr should, and does. Technically, no he doesn't, that ball got blocked. And it landed right in the stick of Levi Wilson.
Again, just giving that ball up in transition when you got a lot of outlets there to give it to...
That shot and finally back in, and the benefactor is Tobias Wilson, and we'll make it 4-2. Again, another effort goal, you'd say, Steve.
Well, again, yeah, you can't be giving up the ball deep in your own in transition. You certainly don't want to generally be carrying the ball near your bench when you guys looking to get off the floor, not knowing what to do. Somebody has to be an outlet on the far side, away from the bench side, create some room, and then come out in an orderly fashion. It didn't get executed, and they turned the ball over, and 5 seconds later, it's in the net.
Tobias Wilson with the marker, assisted by Levi Wilson. So Wilson to Wilson connection on that one puts them doubled up on Owen Sound, as that ball was caught and just thrown back there by Liam Keating, and Keating will play it around. Carter Coffey now looking to fire. Will wait for some offensive options, but he had a good chance. Played in front. Great save there by Plater. And away will come Owen Sound, you'd think, as that's Marcus Gardner-Patak, who will play it off with Jackson Ray. But again, another good opportunity there by Elora. And Owen Sound just can't get on the floor.
Nothing cute about that. It's just attacking with speed, and not a lot of communication on the defensive side. Guys blowing by one another, and you're going to have to really tighten that up.
Nice pick there. Laycock plays it down for Lone Wickens, and Lone Wickens gets a couple whacks for his trouble there, as away they'll go. will Elora. Gets Carter Coffey. And Coffey again will kind of cruise his way in. Met there by Owen Sound. They're going to call push off and give the ball back to West Grant Owen Sound. Giving off to Carter Moran. I mean, look, I've seen him the last 2 or 3 possessions. So Moran back down the floor, going at Owen Tovell. Moran right around the net. He's getting chased by Tovell. Played over now for Tyson Morrison. Morrison trying to get it away. He does. Holden Stevenson now. Got Laycock. Laycock gonna have to fire, you'd think, with 5 to go. He'll never get away. And picked back up here by Elora. Under 2 to go here in the first frame. I'm not sure which is better, Steve. Just trying to get back to the intermission here down by a pair, or try to find a third goal here in this first frame. As McDougall will fire. That's saved by Plater.
Well, again, just a lot of it's going to come down to really turning the screws up on the defensive side. You just can't let Evan McDougall come across the top with under no duress and shoot the ball. So
caught there by, I think that's Levi Wilson. It was with the rebound there off the original attempt by, I believe, Tobias Wilson, who's got 2 markers here so far, both of which even strength, both of which the only 2 goals even strength in tonight's game for either side. As Sundown fires it for Moran. Moran looking for an option. He finally finds one in Tyson Morrison. It misses. Lone Wickens caught it, though. Hot off the boards. Got 10 to work here. All the way out for Moran. Back for Lone Wickens. Going to have to fire here. Never going to get away and should just dump it into the corner, which he will. 50 seconds here, so maybe 2 more possessions. Played down, it does end up missing his target and Driscoll. Into the boards they go. Driscoll does come away with it. Fires it for Levine. JJ Levine off the top will fire, and that one will go wayward, and that ball's gonna bounce all the way down to his netminder. Got 10 left to work here to Elora. Looking for a pass here is Andrew Wilson. He's just gonna fire to finally an open man. It's Connor Wilmetz. Wilmetz will fire. It's a good save by Plater. Rebound is retrieved by Elora, and they should get the last possession now of the game, or of the period. Yeah, wait, whistle's gonna come. Yeah. Timeout by Elora. 17.8 left here with that timeout called. And again, Elora there, her looking to add to their lead, Steve, at the end of this first frame.
Yeah, and they'll no doubt go 6-on-5 here and run a play. Again, it's just great hustle on the offensive team to make a nothing shot from way outside and take advantage of the goaltender not being able to corral that rebound, pouncing on that loose ball and being able to call that timeout. But, you know, there's a lot of little things that amount to big things sometimes in this game, and so far we've seen Elora demonstrate those, being able to execute those small things that sometimes turn into scoring opportunities, and in some cases those scoring opportunities become goals. So we'll see how this with 17.8, they got lots of time to work here, 6-on-5.
And you got to think, Steve, if you're on the Elora side of the floor, stay out of the box, 4-0. Because you got a marker on the power play, you got a marker on the shorthanded, and, well, marker shorthanded, so technically 3-0, but both the goals for Owen Sound come on the power play. Yeah,
they just haven't been able to penetrate inside on a regular basis. They've had some good looks, but...
Under 8.
Yep.
That now for Redwood, played back in front, Levine! They got the look they wanted, and just fired down the floor there towards the net by Miles Plater.
Yeah,
Elora got the look they wanted, Steve, but AJ Levine just met a hot goalie in that first period in Miles Plater.
Yeah, everything was looking good until the ball didn't go in the net for Elora. So well-executed play, and big save by Plater to save what could have been a tough way to finish out the first period.
Not just that, Steve. You know, I know most people would have thought, oh, why is the ball not hitting McDougall's stick? And I think the answer is because JJ Levine is your oldest player. He's an 04. He is one of your best point getters. He is one of your top scorers. So give JJ the ball and let him get a chance at a really good shot. And again, it's not his fault that Miles Plater's been really good tonight.
Yeah, it's also a testament to the depth that Elora has. We saw it last weekend with Orangeville, and same thing can be said for this Elora Hawks team. They got a lot of guys up front that'll make you pay if there's the opportunity is there for them to get in key scoring positions.
Well, come on back. First intermission, you'll get a chance to see myself interviewing Elora Hawks leading point getter Evan McDougall. And then you'll get a chance to see me and Steve talk about what we saw during that first period. 4-2 Hawks after 20. We'll see you back here with my interview with Evan McDougall after this on Rogers TV.
U7 West Gray Rampage.
Hi, I'm Carol Merton, host of HealthLink on Rogers TV. HealthLink connects home, community, and healthcare with interesting topics and speakers about your health and your community.
Sports is life. It's clear cut. Everything's out in the open. There's nowhere to hide. I had to prove myself more than anyone else.
You must be so proud of your son. He's gonna go pro. The sky's the limit.
There's always a winner and a loser.
You cannot reach the sky in broken cleats.
Of course, I always want to be the winner. And I did reach the sky.
Norman Kwok, the first Chinese-Canadian professional football player, still holds records to this day. He retired from the sport in 1960 and later became Lieutenant Governor of Alberta.
Hi, I'm Carol Merton, host of We All Belong, Our Neighbors, Our Community, a new Rogers TV series promoting the diversity of our community in Grey County. Please join me on Rogers TV.
And welcome back here to the Durham Community Center. Spencer Byers, and alongside me, Evan McDougall of the Elora Hawks. Evan, you lead your team right now in scoring, 53 points on the Jr.B season, second in league scoring. What's it like to lead the league in scoring?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really look into that stuff. I mean, I like just playing as a team, you know. We come out every night looking to win, and the points come along with it. But, yeah, as long as everybody's firing and we're getting goals and winning every game, it is what it is, right?
Well, with that, you were also on a team last year that did very well. I believe won the Founders Cup, was right up there for it. You guys had a spectacular year. You were a big part of the reason for that. So what's it like to return this year basically with some of the guys like J.J. Levine from last year and maybe some new guys like Levi Wilson?
Yeah, no, it's fun to bring everything we learned last year and just keep battling. We're looking to go back to the Founders this year and win it. But I think just having the guys that were there last year and just knowing what it takes to win, just to teach those young guys or younger guys just what they need to do to be ready to battle every night.
Both your goalies have been good this year as well. Sam Forrest, former Owen Sound North Star goalie, in his, I believe, third year with you guys. What's it like to have both your netminders being very good for you guys so far to begin the year?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, we're not worried when the ball's in our end. We know we can get a stop when we need it, and the goalies they're not worried either. When we go down the O end, we're ready to score, and we can score when we want. So.
Well, Evan, my last question here for you is coming in tonight against Owen Sound. They're a team in your division. You guys, Cambridge, as well as Six Nations, doing very well in your division. Owen Sound not that far behind, but so starting a little bit to lag behind because of you guys being 6-1, and you guys undefeated 8-0. What do you feel like is a big key tonight to be able to get a win against Owen Sound?
Yeah, just make sure we're getting off the floor fast because they're a fast transition team, getting all the loose balls. And like I said, just putting the ball in back in net and making big saves in our D end. And if all that gets put together, I don't see a reason we don't win tonight.
I can only assume it'll be a big reason why that ball goes in the back of the net. Thank you so much, Evan McDougall of the Elora Hawks. Good luck.
Thank you.
I'll be right back with the rest of our first intermission after this on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm David Shearman, host of Politically Speaking on Rogers TV. Join me this fall for more interviews with our local, provincial, and federal politicians. Politically Speaking on Rogers TV.
What would the world be without a bone marrow burger? Or if you couldn't track down the best taco truck surfers? Or never knew Worcestershire sauces and tikka masala could tick all your boxes? What if you'd missed the fried chicken with kimchi and it never melted firsthand for the pierogi grilled cheese?
It's so good.
Where would you go and what would you try if you didn't get the best tips from the tippiest guy?
You're welcome.
All new Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, Friday night at 9 on Food Network.
With clubs, leagues, and courts in every province and territory across Canada, squash is the sport for wall-to-wall fun, fitness, and friendship. From coast to coast to coast. Learn to play, and you'll want to do it every day. Squash. Play inside the box.
Hi, I'm Ian Boddy, Mayor of the City of Owen Sound. Whether it's improving our parks, fixing roads, or planning our future for the city, it impacts all of us. Please tune in on Monday nights at 5:30 to Rogers TV or owensound.ca to become informed. Your support and your knowledge and your feedback is important to us, and having the knowledge of what's going on is really important and the first step.
RTV Sports Wrap every Wednesday as myself, Spencer Byers, and our esteemed panel talk about everything you need to know going on in football, basketball, baseball, hockey, and soccer as we joust about what's going on in sports, keeping you up to date on Rogers TV.
Welcome back here to the Durham Community Center. 4-2 after 20 between the Elora Hawks and the Owen Sound North Stars. Spencer Byers and Steve McCarthy with me. And Steve, Owen Sound come into the second period only down by 2 in a period that you probably could say was dominated by Elora. So I'll start with Elora. What do they have to do to be able to beat Miles Plater? A lot of good, but nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I mean, again, the Owen Sound just has to protect the ball on offense, make sure they're getting good sets, know what they want to do, to talk about it on the bench, see where you want to execute, and keep at it, you know. On the defensive side, they really got to clean up. They've been fortunate. Plater, you know, although allowed 4 goals, there was a power play goal there, a few opportunities in man down on breakaways. He gave up one. You know, you can't be lackadaisical on defense. Good concentration, great communication is going to be required.
Well, we'll have to see if Owen Sound can accomplish that coming here into the second period, down 4-2. Come on back, second period coming up next here on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Lynn from Third Eye View, and welcome to a brand new season that we're looking forward to. We have some return guests and some brand new guests. And in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your summer, stay safe.
Hi there, my name is Tracy Hinchberger, and I represent the Kincardine District Chamber of Commerce. I hope you will join us for our next segment of Chamber Chat on Rogers TV, a fascinating behind-the-scenes look at some of our member businesses. You'll learn more about local special events, restaurants and retail, not-for-profit organizations, and services in this community. Check out our schedule at www.rogerstv.com for more information. I can't wait to Chamber Chat with you soon.
We invite you to play What's My Line?
Welcome, Mrs. Baker. Those folks over there need to guess your extraordinary occupation.
Are you an entertainer, Mrs. Baker? Yes.
Do people come to watch you, perform?
Yes. Do you travel for work?
Yes, I do.
Do you ever wear a special type of costume?
Yes.
Is your job, physical?
Yes, indeed.
Are you a member of a team?
Yes.
Are you a professional baseball player?
Yes, I am.
Created during the Second World War, the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League included 68 Canadians. One of its brightest stars was my mother, Saskatchewan's Mary Bonnie Baker, a pioneer for women in sports.
Hi, I'm Carol Merton, host of HealthLink on Rogers TV. HealthLink connects home, community, and healthcare with interesting topics and speakers about your health and your community.
Owen Sound needing to find an answer, you could say, Steve, or Elora's got to find a way to break through Miles Plater, because Miles Plater, again, you mentioned allowing 4 goals, 2 on special teams, 2 even strength, was really good in the first period.
Yeah, and any game that they're going to win, he's going to have to be good. I mean, there's still a pretty young, inexperienced team all over the floor. They have a couple older leaders, Carter Moran, Stevenson, but Elliott on the backside, who's not only a leader, but a tremendous draw player.
And again, there's a little bit of a scrum there after the win by Thompson. Sundown will fire. Good save, I believe, but away will come Carter Coffey. And he's got a runner in front, and a good save there by Plater on the DeJoly, or DG.
Yeah, that was, I think he got a fingertip on that and off the post, and make Elora go back to their offensive set.
As now we have a McDougall's got it for Aitchison. J.J. Levine. Back for McDougall. McDougall will fire. It's a good save again by Plater. Just trying to get it out of himself. He'll fire now up the middle of the floor. It bounced and it's caught by J.J. Levine. So he's going to get harassed by 2 different orange shirts. That ball was still on the floor. It's shot into the corner, and Jackson Ray says thank you very much. But in fairness, he's now getting messed around by Spencer Aitchison. Great first name, if I don't say so myself. As Owen Pryor will now go up the floor. He fires into the corner for Carter Moran. Behind the net there for Nate Laycock. Laycock right around the top of the net. He'll zoom away. Slide back for Sly Sundown. Sundown couldn't catch it. He bounces it. It's right near the net. It finally bounces in.
Yeah.
Picked quickly up, however, though, by Webley, who's got one tonight, was the shorty.
They're just going to have to be a lot sharper on offense. You can't waste opportunities.
As Connor Wometz tries to make his way around. He plays it in. That ball doesn't make it, but got dumped, and the whistle will go against the hobbled Ryan Crannies. He's holding up some sort of ankle as he dropped. I believe that was Aitchison.
Yeah, he's come up a little lame here, so we'll see if that affects his ability to cover here.
And it looks like it will, as he's trying to go out there against Caden Patterson, one of the APs there. McDougall fired from the top. Better save again by the netminder Plater. He plays it forward for Cranny. The ankle maybe no worse for wear here as he rushes up the floor.
It's amazing what the ball in your stick, what kind of painkiller that is.
As Sundown will fire in across there for Laycock. Laycock takes a couple bumps. What a pass from Moran! And Carter Moran! Quick stick within one again, Northern North Stars.
Yeah, nice speed. Skip pass from Laycock across the seam, and Carter Moran all in one motion, accepted the pass, quick release, and put them back right in this game at 4-3.
You see there, that's the perfect shot right to Moran, who, as he mentioned, caught it as he fired, and that one goes in. Thompson fighting for it. He tries to win it back, and it's almost like I'm trying to think of the word in rugby, Steven. And there's going to be a high stick call there against Elora, and I believe it's called a rook, where the teams lock up and they move each other for the ball in 15s. And that's basically what Ellie Thompson's doing. He's not even trying for the ball. He's just basically locking up and saying, I'm going to force you the other way. And Ellie Thompson's a big kid, so I wouldn't doubt he could do that. I'm surprised Laycock didn't quick stick that, Steve, because I think he had a chance to beat Andrew Wilson coming across there on the Sly Sundown pass.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, he did end up getting a good shot away, but whenever you can catch that goalie out of position initially, not letting them get set, it's an advantage shooter.
Penalty will go to Liam Keating. So with that, Owen Sound will go back on the power play. All their markers in the first period came on said power play, and they all came by way of double sixes there, Sly Sundown. Moran, Laycock. Moran will come across a screen, and that one is saved by sitting Andrew Wilson. Played up now for Owen Tavel. Tavel wide open, McDougall finally gets himself on the board, and it's another shorty for the Elora Hawks.
Yeah, and again, the Hawks catch Owen Sound sleeping. It's a 2-on-3, yet they allow the guy to come off the bench and get a head start. Lots of room there, and yeah. So you have to be aware. That's got to be somebody's responsibility. That the guy that's the deepest has to be watching that bench, and he's got to be able to pick up the guy coming off there.
Not just that, Steve. He's also got to be able to know it's Ryan McDougall the other way.
Well, again, yeah, that is.
That also doesn't help when it's not only a guy that's free, it's maybe the best player on the Elora Hawks free.
Yeah. Yep.
On your netminder. As now Moran back for Laycock. I think that one whistled off the post. It's going to scoot all the way down. Can Moran get it there? He does. And because it went off the post, it is no over and back. It's a reset. Moran, Sundown. Back for Laycock. Laycock, nice fake, and a better save again by Andrew Wilson. Played up the floor, it bounces through, and it is retrieved there by the netminder Plater, who will just leave it.
Yeah, a little mistake there by the goaltender, trying to hit a long pass and bypassing the station-to-station transition, and give Owen Sound the opportunity to come right back here.
Laycock, Moran, Sundown, back for Carter, Moran, Laycock, Moran, back for Laycock. Laycock will fire, it's deflected right into Cole Hutchinson's stick, and Hutchinson pick it up, he can. Just gonna have to fire, he does, good save. Laycock right there, so is Lone Wickens, and away will come Elora.
And that pretty much will eat up the rest of the power play here, so unless Owen Sound can turn the ball over, and they're working hard at doing so.
That they are. Trying to get away there is Owen Tavel. Tavel wide open again. McDougall! Another save, and it was touched by McDougall in the restricted area.
But again, you've got an extra defender there, so you can't be allowing McDougall to again come off on that delay from the bench and have nobody on him. Like, that's just poor communication. They really can't be giving up those opportunities.
That they can't. Moran behind the net wide open. Get back for Morrison. Laycock. Right across top for Sundown. Sundown's got lots of room to work here. Sundown takes the bump. Back for Holden Stevenson, and it misses it away. Will go Jack Webley. Webley on Tyson Morrison. Webley gonna fire, never gets away with it. Morrison able to get the active stick in the way. And Morrison might get stuck out there. I think he is stuck out there.
Well defended, good job there, and a smart play by the man in transition, not trying to force a pass there when he was well covered.
Hey, J.J. Levine trying to get away. Up now, that goes right through the stick of the AP, Brady Patterson. And that one getting harassed there for the ball was Patterson. Stuck up against the boards here, and away will come Owen Sound, and racing will go Talon Brown and the Owen Sound North Stars. Morrison back with it, so he'll stay out there. He's technically double/triple shifted here, as he's got Moran behind the net. There's a penalty going against the Elora Hawks here, as Moran's trying to slow his guys down, knowing they got a full 15 seconds here to work. Sundown, back for Morrison. Morrison for Laycock. Laycock back for Sundown. Sundown will take the bump. He gets it back there for, I believe that's Hutchinson. Morrison, Laycock, it misses, and the opportunity goes for naught, but the power play will now ensue.
Yeah, again, well defended by Elora in that 6-on-5 possession, and again, Owen Sound just not quite sure what they wanted to execute there, and it's always good to have a 6-on-5 play in your back pocket that you can audible with, and take advantage again those situations rather than having to go on the power play. Just get a quick hit and tie this thing up, or get within one goal, anyways.
And Sundown back at the top. That pass in front for Lone Wickens. I thought that was a shot, Steve, but it wasn't very heavy, as Lone Wickens should be the first one there in the boards. Ball does come loose, and away will come Owen Tavel, and wide open again. Elora, great save again by Plater. That time on Carter Coffey. stuck up against the boards. That ball fought 2-on-2, and it is retrieved by Ryan McDougall.
So again, you man up, you give up a breakaway, and then you don't get the loose ball. So again, the clock ticks away and just takes away from your opportunity to make good on these power play situations.
And down is going to go the Elora player. They want the whistle on Elliot Thompson. They're never going to get it, as now away will come Russ Grant.
Yeah, it looked a little slippery out there, so hopefully that's not a sign of things to come here on this floor tonight.
As Moran down for Sundown, who's now gone to the corner spot, basically, I'll say the goal line, if you will. Morrison for Moran, now back for Sundown in the shooter spot, back for Carter Moran. Moran will fire, that one was touched for sure, caught by Moran. They're not saying it was, so Moran have to fire again. That one deflected, Moran will get it again. Moran will fire that one on target, and now finally away will come Elora. Great work by Moran to keep getting possession, but sadly nothing comes.
Yeah, and again, we're going to have a situation here where they come away from a power play giving up a goal and not really having a serious scoring opportunity. So there are even Steven on the power play tonight, 2 goals for and 2 shorthanded goals given up, and right now that's the difference in the game, those 2 shorthanded markers.
And it is, as the shot clock and penalty are basically at the same time. That shot from a mile away, saved by Plater, I believe. They're going to KSA a shot clock before that, so the shot will not count. So Owen Sound will have all of 1 second left on the power play. Whistle will go, and wait a second, they're going to say wipe, and they're going to come wipe the floor. And I think I can now mention, I was going to wait for another face-off to see if Elliot Thompson does it again, but I kind of overpronounced it. I put a little too much English on my pronunciation. It's a ruck. R-U-C-K, and it's a short U sound, so a ruck. So my sports knowledge coming into effect, Steve, which does make me feel a little nice about myself. Which you see there in the Midwest Division, we spoke about it earlier. It is a tough division. Owen Sound is the team that's 4-3. The Northmen are 6-1. Cambridge is 5-1. Elora is 8-0, undefeated in this matchup. So they've had a rough go in their division, and they have, again, 3 teams, Steve, that probably all think that they could be in a Founders Cup this year.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question the Hawks will be there. Orangeville certainly looks strong, and with the program they run there and the coaching that they get, they're certainly going to be right in the thick of things. Cambridge has done a phenomenal job since coming in the league just a few short years ago, and again, you got a really young, hungry Owen Sound team that lacks a little experience, but the success they've had at the U17 level the last couple of years is no doubt going to help them as they progress up the ladder here.
Ryan getting forced around, up now for Morrison. Played now for Cole Hutchison, back for Morrison. It misses, but Laycock could be the first one there. He is, but he'll get forced into the boards by Tovell. Gets a nice screen there by Morrison. Trying to get away is Laycock. Laycock will lose it, and away will go Owen Tovell. Nice spin by Owen Tovell as he'll now try to get away by his numerical counterpart, Ethan Kerr. Brock Redwood will look for some offensive options here. Surprised he hasn't given the ball up yet. Now he will, and he tries to get away, and he'll leave it. That's for Tobias Wilson. There for Evan McDougall. McDougall out. That shot whistled wide. Caught. Another shot. That one also wide. That one was by Connor Wilmets, and that shot will never be released, so it will be Owen Sound's ball as Kerr will run up the floor. And I will extend an olive branch, those of you who do not know or watch rugby. A rook is basically what the idea of the tush push is for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's the idea of what they're trying to do, is a rook. Yeah, a ruck, pardon me, a ruck. Morrison fires that one wide. Sundown will catch. He'll fire. That's a good save. That ball almost gets out, but retrieved by Andrew Wilson. Who I will mention is no relation to Levi or Tobias Wilson, who are related. Actually, their dad just came over and spoke to us, who is Brindley's father as well. He's, as we mentioned earlier, playing Jr.A out west with, I believe, an Albertan team. JJ Levine will fire, and that one off the post. Levine had an angle, just couldn't get it by the post. Couple irons here for the Hawks in this first and second period, as we're halfway through the game now. Under 10 to go here in period number 2. That shot blocked. I think it hit Ray. I'm not sure where, as he came up kind of dazed. Levine. Played around for McDougal. McDougal will fire. That's a good save. That ball will bounce back for the netminder Plater, and now away will go Ryan Cranny. And Cranny's going to wait here. I think Owen Sound is short one without Cranny being off the floor. They were. As trying to get around there is Cole Hutchinson. Great job here by Elora to really force Owen Sound wide as Morrison down for Laycock. Laycock's going to have to fire. Tries to get away. Down went Owen Sound player. I think that's Hutchinson who got buried right in front of the restricted area. Wide open pass, though, the other way come Elora. Elora in, and they're going to call that against Wes Grant.
Yeah.
A hold against him as he got a hold there of Traver Beek and just wouldn't let go.
Again, it's just a tough penalty to take in a non-scoring situation, and just a transition possession, and hopefully they can stand tall here and keep themselves in this game. Halfway through, 5-3, pretty low-scoring affair. So to keep the Hawks in check like this has been some pretty good goaltending and a much better effort on defense this period, but
That ball played around. McDougal fakes it. J.J. Levine back for Evan McDougal. McDougal gives it off there for Levi Wilson. J.J. Levine playing past the parcel there with Wilson. Takes the screen. Plays it back now for McDougal. That ball gets missed. Jumping for it. Comes loose and it lands in the stick there of Tobias Wilson. McDougal fires and a good save again by Plater. So a good job there by Owen Sound to force a full 30-second shot clock there on basically Elora. They'll now try to use the same here on defense. Is forced up against the glass is Calder Adams. Adams met, and he may lose possession here as he's forced up against the glass by two different black shirts. Pryor coming to join in. Whistle will finally go, and it will go the black shirt way as harassed there is Kreisco.
And again, you can't get caught up near that restraining line in transition when you're a man down, or at any time, but when you're a man down, you get pushed over that line like we saw happen to Owen Sound, and they give up the possession prematurely.
That shot by Levine. It ended up being a pass. Just never caught it there with McDougal. That almost, you would have thought was a for sure goal if McDougal does get his stick onto it. Levine will fire from a mile away. Good save by Plater. It comes loose, but right to the hands of Connor Wilmetz, who will get possession. Wilmetz for Levi Wilson. Down for Tobias Wilson. Back for Levi. J.J. Levine. Over now for McDougal. McDougal got met after the screen there on Pryor. He'll get net now by both Owen Sound shirts. Levine, nice move. Passes it in, and again, it just misses his intended target. McDougal now got 10 to work. McDougal passes it over for Wilson. That shot, better save again by the netminder Plater. That was Levi Wilson, but another possession again by Elora. We'll use the rest of this power play. McDougal, Levi Wilson. J.J. Levine, back for Wilson. McDougal. Penalty about to expire. McDougal, nice move. McDougal will fire, and another good save by Miles Plater, who has been
he hasn't had to be spectacular in a effort-looking way, but he's just been confident tonight, very confident, and he's really keeping them in this game.
Sundown. Morrison, and too many is called against Owen Sound. Fans called it before the refs did.
They shouldn't have let so many Elora fans in the building, I guess.
Gotta put a fan restriction on like the NHL. Tobias Wilson now. That shot misses the net.
Oh, he got a piece of it. We got a reset there, yeah.
Get a reset. Tobias and Levi do a little switcheroo there. Levi's got it. Down. That shot right into the netting there of the netminder, who will fire, and it may not get to his target. Jackson Ray's got to try to get a hold of it. He never does. It's whacked away there, and that ball is caught finally by Keating, and Keating will play it back.
And again, just another misplay in transition, this time by the goaltender Miles Plater. If you're going to try to lead a player up the floor and not drop it right in, you want to put him in front of him and let the player either run into it or at least catch it. Anything short is going to turn into a turnover.
That ball goes by Levine, it was retrieved. That shot saved there by the netminder, who will now have a chance to play it, and it's given off. And Owen Sound should finally get rid of some of this floor tilt that's been going their way. Pass for Moran. Moran, better save again. Andrew Wilson. And they're going to say tipped into the netting, so it will be Owen Sound ball. Moran almost was the benefactor there of a quick stick again, but this time Wilson was there to get there.
And a good job by Ryan Tranny there to find him down on the crease all alone. And if you're Owen Sound, that's the guy you want to have take a look from there. And good save by the goaltender.
Levine, another save by Wilson, this time again on Moran. Fired up and caught by Brock Redwood, who will walk it in. Wait for some offensive options off the bench. Haven't really mentioned it, Steve, but in fairness, when Elora's been getting those loose balls, they have the short bench towards the Owen Sound end, so it's been very easy for them to just switch guys out when they get back to possession, which they've been doing a very good job of. As got run into there was McDougall by his numerical counterpart in Taylor Brown, and McDougall was looking for a call as he runs into Elliot Thompson. Other way the ball comes, it's Marcus Gardner-Patak for Moran, pardon me. That ball caught by Wes Grant, and Owen Sound now will have a chance to go back to work. They got to get rid of the ball here, though, and they will now for Morrison. I know McDougall was unimpressed with the run he got from his numerical counterpart in Taylor Brown. Morrison fires. Moran caught it. Good save there by Andrew Wilson. That hit will force the ball back into Elora's favor, and away will go Owen Tovel as he plays it for Kreisco.
And a good effort there by Carter Moran to put the shoulder down, going for that loose ball. The referee didn't agree and gave up possession to Elora, but a good effort there, and good to see him getting his nose dirty in there in the corners as a smaller player.
McDougall now trying to get around Kerr. Plays it back now. That's Wilson. That shot deflected off a foot, never got on Plater. And that ball's going to keep rolling and force into the corner. And a shot clock will give Owen Sound the ball. Good play there by the vet, J.J. Levine. That ball rolls in front of Owen Sound's end as Sundown plays it for Cole Hutchinson. 3:50 left here in this second period. 1-1 are the goals in this period. Laycock for Moran. Moran back for Everest Lone Wickens. Lone Wickens will fake it. He'll get taken out.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not sure if that was I'm not sure if he caught the foot or if he just kind of blew a tire as he went by. We'll get a chance to hopefully see that one on a replay. There, Steve, as Lone Wickens. I obviously not impressed by the non-whistle there, as he'll now go off.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of stuck the hip out there. 9 out of 10 times it's going to get called, but
that was the 10th time.
Play on, yeah.
Rolling there was Pryor in front. That ball saved by Plater. Attempt there by Braden Driscoll.
Yeah, and a great little, again on the weak side, a great little two-man game, pick and roll, dump it to the player. Owen Sound, both defenders chase the ball carrier, and they had a clear look to the net.
Morrison. Trying to get over the top. Morrison will fire that one right into the red basket there. And away will go Ryan McDougall now the other way. He'll give it off. Levi Wilson for Evan McDougall. McDougall. Nice pass. It just missed his intended target. Was caught, though. Now back for McDougall. That shot saved. A.J. Levine went to retrieve it. Now Levi Wilson trying to retrieve it. He does. Levine catch it. Dog on a bone are the Elora Hawks on loose balls tonight. As Evan McDougall now will get some space, flipped it back against the Levi Wilson. It's deflected, and it's caught there by Owen Sound, finally, by Elliot Thompson. Thompson almost gave it away. Cranny will take a bump for the trouble. I thought he caught it. He never did. As forcing the boards, there's Nolan McVicker, and now away will go Nolan McVicker. As A.J. Levine and Elliot Thompson got tangled up there, McVicker trying to get away, and he now finally will, but 10 only now to work here for Owen Sound on offense. Moran waiting for the rest of the offensive options here. Now in front for Sundown, it never got there, and that's going to be a shot clock violation against Owen Sound as Laycock leaves it behind the net.
Yeah, they were a little discombobulated there in transition, getting the ball up the floor. Then they only had 4 players out on the offensive set, so.
Driscoll. Wilmetz Gonna take a free run. Wilmets, great save there by Plater. Need to be good on that one. Bad miscommunication there by Owen Sound. Quickly up the floor, wide open, in. Great save again by Wilson. That's on West Grant.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Elliot Thompson. Didn't know where the ball was. His man, they just gave everybody a clear look to the net. And again, Plater saved their bacon and keeping this a 2-goal game.
As I usually say, Steve, he rolled up the red carpet and Elora took it. They just couldn't get a goal there. That ball's forced out, but trying to get away here is Elora, and McDougall going at it there with West Grant. I think they're going to send both here.
Well, if you're Owen Sound, you don't mind that trade-off. But
they're both barking at each other. And they're maybe not the same size, but they're pretty close.
Well, they might be the same height. And McDougall is certainly demonstrated he's got a tremendous low center of gravity and looks like he's pretty strong for a man of shorter stature. And yeah, and he doesn't give up any ground to anybody here, regardless of size.
Which I respect as a short man of stature myself. Vertically challenged, I think is the word we use now. I prefer using other terms. So it's a 4 going against West Grant. And face masking and roughing is the call against West Grant. And then McDougall will just get 2 for roughing.
Yeah.
That's the way that all shakes out.
Now, I believe this should facilitate a reset here as well.
And it will.
Yep.
So a chance here for Elora to get maybe the last real chance of the period. Levine, 4-on-4. Levine trying to get around. Levine looking to fire. And just willing to chew up the rest of this period as much as they can. 8 seconds separate shot clock from game clock. Levine will keep waiting, keep backing, keep spinning and twisting, and that shot will be saved by Miles Plater. Trying to get away is Ryan Cranny. Whistle's gonna go. And was a timeout taken by Owen Sound?
Yeah, it was, and I don't know why they wouldn't have motioned for that timeout here right away.
When they got possession.
Yeah, just to buy them a little more time because the ball is now going to be possession start in their own end with 8.7 seconds. You know, if you get that extra 3 or 4 seconds, you can get the ball into the offensive zone in that time and then give yourself 8 seconds to run your play. So, again, a little bit of a miscue. Again, it's just a lot of learning situations here for the young team and young coaching staff for that matter. So, you know, but so far so good for the Orange men here tonight, and being in a 5-3 situation against the top team in the league and no doubt possibly the top team in the country, at least they're defending Canadian champions. This is where they needed to be. Keep it a low-scoring event and hope that they can't, you know, make good on their opportunities when they present themselves.
10.7 left on the clock. I assume, Steve, they'll go 5-on-4 with the last 10 seconds.
Absolutely,
here?
Yeah.
And it looks like I am correct in that estimation. They're going to start Everest Lone Wickens back in the defensive zone, so he's got to make a run. It's Lone Wickens, Hutchinson, Sundown, Moran, and Laycock. Lone Wickens gets it for Moran. Moran will fire, and it's a good save there.
And again, I just can't believe that would be the play that they would have wanted to run. A pretty...
And there's some jostling there after the whistle between these two sides. I'm not sure what was said, as that's Brock Redwood going at it there with Nate Laycock. And I think Carter Moran is definitely barking at Brock Redwood.
And again, this kind of situation only benefits Elora. You know, they can afford to give up a D guy or two. Owen Sound does not have the depth in offense to have a couple guys sitting in the box to start this third period, being down 2 goals.
Especially 4-on-4, Steve, where the floor opens up, and you kind of saw it there for Elora. They're going to let their guys work. If that's Levi Wilson, that's Tobias Wilson, and that's J.J. Levine, they're going to say, get the ball to that guy and let him work. And J.J. Levine had a good chance, even just basically just kind of roping himself around.
Yeah, they do. They can certainly operate on that 4-on-4 with a little bit more room, and they've been dangerous all night, but the goaltending by Plater has been outstanding. So, you know.
It's been.
Yeah.
Coming on back through the break here in the second intermission, I'll get a chance to see my pregame interview with double sixes, 2 goals tonight, 8 goals before coming into tonight in 4 games for Sly Sundown. I get a chance to see my interview with Sly Sundown coming up after the break here on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Carol Merton, host of We All Belong, Our Neighbors, Our Community, a new Rogers TV series promoting the diversity of our community in Grey County. Please join me on Rogers TV.
This is a perfectly healthy child. What's unhealthy are birth alerts, a racist practice that may stop this Indigenous mother from going home with her newborn. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
Trust me, you are not gonna want to miss this. Welcome to the little shop of spring magic, where anything is possible.
It's magical.
13 pastry prodigies will create stunning sweets. It's extreme. The baker who's got the magic touch.
This is taking me back to my childhood.
Will win it most magical title of all, Spring Baking Champion.
Now that's what I call spring magic.
Yeah, we gotta have it. We got the magic.
Hi, I'm David Shearman, host of Politically Speaking on Rogers TV. Join me this fall for more interviews with our local, provincial, and federal politicians. Politically Speaking on Rogers TV.
Welcome back here to the Durham Community Center. Spencer Byers alongside me, the tallest guy I think I could possibly interview in Sly Sundown. Sly, you have 8 goals in 4 games to begin the year. You were really potent in the loss against Orangeville last Saturday. I guess, what do you feel has really led to your success in front of the net?
Just the guys really accepted me into the group, you know, making me, just like I've been here for the last 4 years, the coaches putting me in the right spots, and kind of just trusted our game plan last game, and it didn't work out, but we'll get them next time.
Well, you're against Elora Hawks team that's 8-0. They are right now the cream of the crop in the Jr.B. It's like you're playing Six Nations and Cambridge as well coming up later this week. So obviously it doesn't get any easier for you guys playing in the Midwest Division. There's a lot of dogs in your division. So I guess what's it like to be able to play against teams that you know are all teams that could play playing for a Founders Cup soon?
I think it's good for us. You know, iron sharpens iron. If we're playing not the best teams, we're not going to get any better, but playing the good teams, we're going to be up to that level by the end of the year.
Now to mention again, you only played 4 of the 7 games that the North Stars have played, so with kind of the slower start, you really feel like you're getting your legs under you as the season's kind of gotten on, you've got to get a chance to get some games under your feet?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I came from a field season, just jumped right into the games, but just getting some chemistry and, you know, getting some extra touches with the guys, it helps a lot.
My last question for you, Sly, before I let you go and get ready for the third and potentially final period is, against this Elora team, again, 8-0, have not had a blemish yet. What do you feel like is a big key for you guys tonight to be able to be the first team to get a blemish?
You know, just trusting our game plan. We got to get to the middle, got to work hard for each other, and trust our boys, trust our goalie in the back, and just execute.
All right, thank you so much, Sly Sundown of the Owen North Stars. Good luck.
Thank you. Have a good one.
And we'll be right back with the rest of the second intermission as you watch this here on Rogers TV.
Our TV Sports Wrap every Wednesday as myself, Spencer Byers, and our esteemed panel talk about everything you need to know going on in football, basketball, baseball, hockey, and soccer as we joust about what's going on in sports, keeping you up to date on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Ian Boddy, Mayor of the City of Owen Sound. Whether it's improving our parks, fixing roads, or planning our future for the city, it impacts all of us. Please tune in on Monday nights at 5:30 to Rogers TV or owensound.ca to become informed. Your support and your knowledge and your feedback is important to us, and having the knowledge of what's going on is really important in the first step.
For me, the end was just the beginning. I felt I must come. If I did not come at once, it would be too late. And these places that are watered with the best blood of Canada might only be names and memories. I see it in the soldiers, the grief I know so intimately. And I will not abandon these men to it. The isolation wears on me. Slowly, the silence takes over, as if my heart has given out of air. I cannot talk. I can only paint.
For more than 2 years, Mary Ryder Hamilton painted the battlefields of the First World War, creating an unforgettable visual record of service and sacrifices at immense personal cost.
Hi, I'm Lynn from Third Eye View, and welcome to a brand new season that we're looking forward to. We have some return guests and some brand new guests. And in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your summer, stay safe.
Back here at Durham Community Center, 5-3 after 40 here in Durham between the North Stars and the Elora Hawks. Spencer Byers alongside me as always, Steve McCarthy. And Steve, 1-1 in the period, so no difference in deficit for Owen Sound going into the third, potentially final period. But you'd say on defense, and especially Miles Plater, they were very good because their only goal came shorthanded. Obviously, their power play needs to be a little bit better at defending, you'd say. But even with that, they've done a very good job, even strength, of limiting some of the better options on Elora. I'd say Evan McDougall and J.J. Levine in particular.
Yeah, and again, Miles Plater has been the key tonight. I mean, it's 5-3. You're not going to win many games with 3 goals, but he's kept them within striking distance here. So they'll need continued strong play from him, and just the calm attitude he's portrayed tonight has got to be helping them out, and see if they can't score something in transition or a quick hitter on offense. But yeah, they got to create more opportunities if they want to hang around here.
And we'll see if they can break up the 2-goal deficit going into the third, potentially final period. Come on back here in Durham for the rest on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Carol Merton, host of HealthLink on Rogers TV. HealthLink connects home, community, and healthcare with interesting topics and speakers about your health and your community.
Hi there, my name is Tracy Hinchberger and I represent the Kincardine District Chamber of Commerce. I hope you will join us for our next segment of Chamber Chat on Rogers TV, a fascinating behind-the-scenes look at some of our member businesses. You'll learn more about local special events, restaurants and retail, not-for-profit organizations, and services in this community. Check out our schedule at www.rogerstv.com for more information. I can't wait to Chamber Chat with you soon.
In baseball, there's nothing more important than making it home.
George Springer has tied the game.
Doesn't matter how you get there.
It's gone!
But I do it with style.
Boy, has he got some kind of power.
And a little swagger, too.
Because no matter where you happen to be,
there's only one place.
Jays fans call home.
Sportsnet.
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 Sportsnet, home of the Blue Jays.
This is a brain in urgent need of mental health care. But because 3 out of every 4 Indigenous people experience racism in healthcare, she may not get the help she needs. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
Hi, I'm Carol Merton, host of We All Belong, Our Neighbors, Our Community, a new Rogers TV series promoting the diversity of our community in Grey County. Please join me on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the Durham Community Center. 5-3 after 40 between the Elora Hawks and the Owen Sound North Stars. We'll see if Owen Sound can make up the 2-goal deficit they've had in the first and now second periods. Spencer Byers alongside me, the MSL GM, Steve McCarthy. And this low-scoring affair, again, plays into Owen Sound's strengths. It's just they got to find a way to beat this Elora team a couple more times to make it tied. Four-on-four for the first minute and 21 seconds. Then Ryan McDougall will exit. And there'll be a power play for the Elora Hawks after that as Elliot Thompson wins the faceoff. And Elliot Thompson will find his option. Almost airmailed it, caught by Cranny. Cranny does tumble and he'll roll it. That's a little slow, and Everest Sloan-Wickens will catch it. As Everest Sloan-Wickens will now play it back for Carter Moran. It is caught by Carter Moran. Now for Nate Laycock. Laycock will fire. That one's saved, I think, but retrieved by Owen Tavel regardless.
Yeah, it might have been blocked. I don't know that it got through to the net, but again, just a tough time in transition. Really limited their opportunity on offense there and forced to take another outside perimeter shot.
Tobias Wilson back to Levi Wilson. The Wilson connection continuing. That shot rattles off the post. Not sure if it touched the netminder first in Plater, as Levi Wilson gets touched there by Marcus Gardner-Patak. And now Levi Wilson back for Tobias. Wilson over for J.J. Levine. Levine will fire. That one saved by Plater, who will collect. He's got a runner in Jackson Ray, who will play it immediately back to Marcus Gardner-Patak, who will wait up for Sly Sundown. Sundown will take his whacks for his trouble. And now the penalty will expire, so now it is 5-on-4 in favor of the black shirts here. As Nate Laycock got 5 left to work here. As Laycock will roll it behind the net, and that will be the rest of the last shot clock. You may have wished Owen Sound got a shot away before the shot clock would have expired, or before that penalty would have expired, but obviously by the time they kind of realized the penalty had expired, it was too late.
Yeah, they're just, again, just clock management is something that you need to learn. And
nice move there by Levi Wilson, right into Plater. Plater will wait, and he will rocket it right into the stick there of a North Star. That's Calder Adams, who will play it up for Laycock. Laycock gonna run into some trouble. That ball whacked out of his stick, and can Laycock retrieve it? I don't think yet. Ball's on the floor, bouncing around and into the net. They're gonna call an out call.
Yeah,
not sure about that one, Steve. Not sure I had a great angle at it, in fairness.
Well, the defender kind of bobbled it, and it went into the crease and the goaltender. I don't know. Certainly wasn't an intentional pass into the crease, but...
And Laycock gets that one taken. Laycock tries to retrieve it, and that ball will be touched by him and given back here to Elora.
Yeah, and they're just kind of they're given opportunities, and they're giving them right back there on those quick possessions, so...
As now the other way will come the Elora Hawks back on the power play. Got 40 left of it to work. J.J. Levine right around the front, and drop was a North Star. Ethan Kerr is slow to get up. I'm not sure who ended up clipping him there between McDougall, who is grabbing at his groin area. So obviously he must have got clipped somehow, as well as the other diving black shirt there was Levi Wilson. So again, I'm not sure who clipped.
I think there was 3 of them that all got a piece of one another, or a piece of their stick or something that...
They all collided.
Yeah.
It was a 3-way collision, and there was no stop sign.
And it was not heavy duty, but they all kind of looked a little worse for wear.
And they say they gloved that one, and I think Brian Cranny did, so that should be the possession the other way, and it is. And it's immediately picked up by Jack Webley, who will roll it for Evan McDougall. The power play will expire on West Grant, so away he will come. So back to 5-on-5. Nothing coming there for Elora. Right off of that McDougall shot saved by Plater. Plater kind of missed it, and it really did miss, as neither Ray nor Elliot Thompson could catch it.
Yeah, he's 0 for 3 with the long passes up the floor. So again, they really just need to take their time, go station to station in transition if there's nothing there.
Ray doing a great job here in forcing Owen Tovell to take a really awkward angle. He now gives it off to J.J. Levine, who finds Driscoll. Down over for J.J. Levine. Levine looking for his pass. He gets it there, but it's not caught, and finally retrieved there by Driscoll. The Wilmets was the one who couldn't receive it the first time. That shot from Wilson, saved and picked up by Taylor Brown, who will race around, and a good screen there by a North Star is forced down. Is Taylor Brown, but does keep possession as Moran will get away. McDougal almost was able to take that one back off Brown, but Moran was there. Moran will get the screen again from Sundown, but they're going to whistle that one down.
And that's a tough call. That was a pretty good pick. I think he gave up possession for being too big.
Again, as Evan McDougal can use his lower center of gravity, sometimes poor Sly Sundown will have his height used against him in picks and such. As Levi Wilson shot, that one saved by the netminder. Caught in the restricted area there by Ethan Kerr, who will survey and will run.
The winning number is 50-50.
Ethan Kerr now off for Moran. Moran will now race down. Elora very aggressive in the defensive zone right now.
Yeah, they are. They know that they can take advantage of Owen Sound's inability to move the ball quickly. So
that's something that developed as the game has gone on. As Hutchinson right across the top, down for Morrison. Morrison gonna have to fire from a mile away here. 2-1, can he fire? He does, but it'll be caught there by Wilson in the restricted area anyway. And now away will go Ryan McDougal the other way for the Black Shirts. Has rolled to his, I assume, brother or relative in Evan McDougal. Played past the parcel there with Tobias Wilson. Does Evan McDougal, who now fires for another Black Shirt who gets it down for J.J. Levine. That was Wilmets, back for McDougal. McDougal trying to get around. Bernardus Gardner-Patak. He will get forced down, and that ball is still somehow kept by McDougal. Now ball will come loose, and that will be the rest of the possession clock there. As never could get it away was Spencer Aitchison. As Sundown picks it up, down for Morrison. Morrison gonna get harassed here. Back now for Hutchinson. Hutchinson's got Sundown. Hutchinson's gonna wait here though. Hutchinson right across the top for Lone Wickens. Everest Lone Wickens trying to dart his way through, trying to get it down there for Laycock, who never had a stick in the end, and away will come Elora.
yeah, they're really eating up the clock here on Owen Sound when they go on the offensive side of the ball. A lot of pressure, not giving them any room to operate. And
that shot by Levine, better save. As now rushing up the floor will go Calder Adams. You have to think Owen Sound will have to take advantage of transition here. Down for I thought Moran. It's actually Wes Grant. Wes Grant will now play it for Carter Moran, and they'll both go off. But yeah, you'd have to think here with how aggressive the Black Shirts are in their defensive zone. They're going to have to try to catch him on the break or in transition. Their whistle's going to come, and it's going to go the other way.
well, again, it's just, you can't afford to take these possession calls off ball. You can't score if you don't have the ball. So Stevenson, the last two times, is trying to get engaged with his man down low, and this kind of cost him possession.
Over now for Evan McDougal. McDougal across the top. He'll fire. That one saved by Plater. Rebound. I think that also saved by Plater. Caught by Pryor, who will wait smartly. As McDougal's the only one looking at him.
Again, McDougal's been allowed to come across the top and unleash that underhand. And Plater's done a good job of stepping out and taking most of the angle away all night. Wouldn't be surprised if they kind of fake that shot and go down to the crease one of these times.
As that ball for Morrison didn't catch it on first attempt. He does catch it on the re-attempt. 5 to shoot here, though. Morrison's going to have to fire for Moran. Moran will, and that one's wide. As Hunsberger will catch, or pardon me, received by a Black Shirt, and now away will go Levi Wilson. Levi Wilson for Aitchison. Aitchison for A.J. Levine. Levine up for McDougal. McDougal trying to size up his guy, and that's Wes Grant. McDougal gets away. McDougal will finally get one, and he, with some elation there, will put his team up and double up on the North Stars.
Yeah, it's a matter of time there. Ed McDougal is just too good to let him continuously have the ball in his stick in the offensive zone. Again, he just gets Wes Grant to overplay there and then sneaks down the lane, the top of the shooting line, and again, rips that underhand underneath Plater's glove.
And that's a crucial goal, because obviously if Owens got the next one, it would have been 5-4. And now they're within one, but now they're down by as many as they've got, as it is 6-3, as Kerr is tangled up there with Carter Coffey. And Elora's got possession, and they'll now, again, as you mentioned, chew up as much time as they can as Tobel will hand it off. As Tobias Wilson will now have possession. Because Elora knows, doesn't really matter how much you win by, it just matters that you win. And right now they're up by 3, so let's just keep it that way. Back for McDougal. McDougal trying to find his pass. He does. That shot saved by Plater. Nice two-man game, though, by Wilson and McDougal. Fired up the floor will come Wes Grant. Grant waiting, and he may have outwaited it, but now he's going to chance at the net. Wes Grant plays it back for Holden Stevenson. Stevenson going to wait for a better offensive option. Down for Sundown. Sundown for Laycock. Laycock and a fire. Another good save for the roll, but not in the net. Good spin there by Andrew Wilson. As Levi Wilson will now cruise. Back for Levi Wilson. Trying to flip it. He does finally get it away, but bounced, and Levine couldn't catch it, and forced down. There goes Talon Brown. He did get possession, however, as now it'll go the other way for Brian Cranny, who will hand it off to Carter Moran. And again, quickly out to meet him is Owen Tobel. No room to breathe here for the North Stars in the offensive zone. Laycock mishandled that one for a second, does end up catching. Down for Lone Wickens. Everest Lone Wickens fires for Cole Hutchinson. Hutchinson trying to spin around. He does. Finds Moran. Moran will fire. That's another good save by Andrew Wilson.
Yeah, again, a good look by Carter Moran. He likes to shoot from that area, but you'd really like to see the shots coming from the center of the floor just to give yourself the best angle possible. But at least they created something on that set, and they can build on that. And 9:52 here to go.
And again, 3 goals is not that big of a lead. Owen Sound can take a bite out of it. They just got to find a way to beat the defense and Wilson as McDougal makes another good shot. Better save by Plater. That ball bounced into the North Stars bench, and I thought Owen Sound's ball, but we're going the other way.
Owen Sound, when it looked like it went off the shaft to somebody's stick over there by the bench, but you can't let Evan McDougal continue to get time and space coming over the top here. He's been stymied a number of times here. And
that ball for Levi Wilson. Another good save by Miles Plater, who again continues to be the best North Star, the best guy in orange.
Yeah, it could be a much different outcome if he wasn't at the very top of his game tonight.
Sundown take his bump for the trouble. Moran back for slide Sundown. 15 left here on the shot clock for Owen Sound. Sundown gets that one picked away, and away will go Kreisco. Kreisco met by Morrison. Kreisco roping around. He'll shoot and score! Landon Kreisco gets on the board.
Again, great effort by the transition man. Initially, the Owen Sound player had forced him to his wrong side, but then allowed him to get back on where he preferred to shoot from. And, Morrison would probably like to have that back. He had good body position and lost him. And at 7-4, the mountain just got a few feet higher.
That's his second goal of the year for Landon Kreisco. Tied up again. As Thompson again, I'd say almost manhandling Liam Keating, but not winning the draw. As McDougal will just saunter into the offensive zone. No more offense is needed by Elora, but obviously they're a very good offensive team and probably like to have a couple more on the board. Levine fires it there for Tobias Wilson. Wilson trying to get through his man. He finally does make it around. Does get the pass across. Better save again by Plater. That time on Spencer Aitchison.
I mean, Elora just says so many guys are a handful to be able to cover one-on-one, and when they try to get help, they're so quick to move the ball to the guy that just had his guy leave to help the ball carrier. So
running down the floor, Morrison. That shot better saved by Andrew Wilson. That ball popped away. Hutchinson should retrieve. He does, and it will be a reset because of that. Hutchinson, though, about to move it, you'd think. He finally does. It's to Carter Moran. Moran takes the basic loose screen from Hutchinson. Over now for Morrison. Morrison, screen from Laycock. Morrison fires, and again, scores! Tyson Morrison, as it off English, gets them back within 3.
Yeah, and again, it's just a little bit of a two-man game. Decided to shoot rather than to flip it in with the player that had set the pick, but as we see it here, Laycock releases, goes to the net. Morrison shoots it, and it got over the line by about 6 inches. So that's a big goal here to get him back within striking distance.
Face off, I think that time technically won by Owen Sound. Did a whistle go? I thought a whistle went there for a second, and Plater there goes out to screen for his runner, Ryan Cranny, for Owen Tovell. Cranny, though, runs into, I'll say, basically no man's land in the end and gives it off to Sly Sundown, who bounces it for Tyson Morrison, the most recent goal scorer. Morrison looking for a pass, trying to dart his way around. Moran, Sundown. Sundown will fire through some bodies and legs. It never makes its way there, and it should be a shot clock violation, and it is against Owen Sound. McDougall will start with it. Behind the net goes Wilson. Levi will just cruise around. Levi Wilson will step into that one, and it's whistled wide. It goes right off the tush there of Calder Adams. Really grabbing the glue.
Yeah,
that can't feel nice.
That, again, it went off his backside and should be Elora's ball. So,
lucky there for Owen Sound, you'd say.
Yeah.
Sundown. Fires there for Holden Stevenson.
But as we watch the Owen Sound offense all night long, the ball is always up top, never down low,
Right
never
through
forced.
the stick there of Sundown by Eversville Wickens. That ball almost hit our producer, Mark Carrick, caught by an Elora fan there at the standing room only spot.
Well,
probably lucky there for Mark Carrick.
His cat-like goaltender reflexes would have saved the day, no doubt. So
that is true. Trying to get away. Tobias Wilson this time. Get the screen from McDougall. He'll fire. Good save, though, by Plater, but they'll keep possession. That ball scoots out of play.
again, that play's been there all night long. Owen Sound trying to do a good job defending the two-man game, but yet then they give up the top side, and
that ball whacked out of the stick of Connor Wilmetz. Wilmetz is able to retrieve it. Finally get around. He'll shoot again. That one deflected out of play, and guess what? It'll stay Elora ball. McDougall trying to get top side again. That one whistled wide.
Yeah, he just missed that bottom corner, and that's been there all night. Owen Sound continues to retreat on him, and they're lucky that Plater stood tall.
That ball pops out of his stick, and Wes Grant's going to go. And Wes Grant's going to race. He might get fed. He won't. Wes Grant scores! Wes Grant puts them within 2. Big goal for Owen Sound, and that's maybe what they need here, Steve, with 5:26 left.
I mean, anytime you can score in transition, it's a big boost for your team. Saves time on the clock. Looks like we're going to have a little timeout here and allow the little water break for the goaltenders. But yeah, Wes Grant again, a lot of energy in this player. He's got great speed, and criticized his hands earlier in the year. Bad on me. He's certainly been an effective goal scorer in transition. And that's a big goal to bring him within 2. It's still a long way to go, but 2 is a heck of a lot better than 3 against a tough team.
And you mentioned there, Steve, Wes Grant scores. The one thing you didn't mention, I don't blame you for it, is the ball popped out of someone's stick, and it's Evan McDougall. And you saw McDougall at the end of the play there shove the net because he knew that's my bad. As Owen Tovell tried to beeline back to the net, wasn't able to beat Wes Grant, because again, Wes Grant is one quick guy, but away will come the other way, stick the other way, and a good save on Keating there by the netminder Miles Plater, but getting forced into the boards, and that ball will come loose. Gardner Patak goes to retrieve it. Tyson Morrison will retrieve it, and Morrison will go the other way.
And again, we've used up 12 seconds already. They haven't gotten over half, so again, not very effective use of possessions, and Morrison's run himself into a heap of trouble here.
And they're going to keep it that way, though, so a fresh shot clock because they kept forcing Morrison into the corner without the ball. Moran up now for Hutchinson. Laycock trying to fight through Owen Tobel. Bounce for Sundown. Sundown got a chance to fire. Hutchinson will, and they finally do call it. I thought they would on Hutchinson's screen there as down went Brock Redwood.
So again, you just can't afford to cut your offensive opportunities short here with off-ball, picks. It's one thing to set a hard pick, but you want to do that on the backside where it might not be so obvious to the official.
Levine for Driscoll. Levi Wilson trying to find an angle. Levi will have to fend himself off and get up for J.J. Levine. Levine will think and fire. That was a good save right in the chest protector there for the netminder. And a whistle's going to go here as got caught. There was J.J. Levine and Talon Brown. Are they sending Brown? I think they are. And are they going to send Levine as well? They are going to send Levine as well. So 4-on-4 here with 4:19 left. Which again, you'd have to expect that's a win for Elora to get the to go 4-on-4, but losing J.J. Levine may just be as big a factor going 4-on-4 because he's one of their better potent offensive options and their ball handlers.
Yep. Well, it does open up the opportunity here. If Owen Sound was able to score, they would have that ability to go 5-on-4 if they chose to pull the goalie. Now, their power play has not been very effective tonight, so it...
And the penalty kill for Elora has been very effective.
But nonetheless, it...
They started out. Oh, nice move by Laycock! Didn't get that. I think Dr. got that one on target. They're saying he does. Can Sundown catch it? He can. Nice move by Sundown. Moran ran himself into kind of neutral territory. Laycock. Sundown. Moran will fire through some bodies, and a better save again by Wilson. As rushing up the floor will now come Elora. Now possession here for the Black Shirts as Tobias, there's a late pick there off ball there. That was by Wilmette. Going to fire McDougall. McDougall never got a real look, and he'll put it right in the stick there of the netminder. But again, that's all Elora has to do is chew up clock here as that ball is lobbed right into the stick of Calder Adams. And a rush chance here for Owen Sound, 3-on-2. Back for Adams. That shot, I think, was deflected before it ever got on target as Everslow Wickens will rope his way around and now play it for Sly Sundown.
Yeah, probably the guy that you didn't want to have the ball there with the three that were up there on that 3-2 was the guy that Calder Adams. I mean, take nothing away from him, but Lone Wickens is a guy with a pretty slick stick around the net.
This was going to go, and they're going to give it the other way. And now a chance here to go for Trey Verbeek, the captain. Played it right there to Levi Wilson. As again, the sand of the hourglass, Steve, is just right against Owen Sound right now. Levi Wilson. Fended off, plays it up now. Back for Wilmette, back for Wilson. Wilson, good save there by Plater. That ball bounced around and is retrieved by Ethan Kerr, and he's got to go. Being attacked there by Tobias Wilson, but Ethan Kerr will cruise into the offensive zone. But now it's 4-on-2 that way, so he'll have to wait. Holden Stevenson looking for Everslow Wickens. He'll wait now. 5-on-5 back. Carter Moran back for Laycock. Laycock darting in. Have to fend it off here. 8 seconds left in the shot clock. Lone Wickens will now take a run. Lone Wickens will bounce it, and it goes over. And Lone Wickens kind of went harder to the boards there, grabbing at his shoulder. And now Ryan McDougall will wait, and he'll hand it off for Levi Wilson.
Yeah, you would think Owen Sound will need to go 6-on-5 here with the next possession.
You have to think. McDougall trying to cross the top there. Nice jump by Grant. That ball still loose here. Fighting for it. Caught by Levi Wilson. Spins and right into the chest protector. That one goes. And Pryor and McDougall talk, and that's going to be a timeout taken by Owen Sound. With 1:30 left here in the third and most likely final frame here in Durham.
Yeah.
So you'd have to think they go 6-on-5 there, Steve.
Well, they're definitely going to go 6-on-5, but I just don't know why you'd use your timeout. You're going to get 2 possessions here, go for 2 for 1, and if they are lucky enough to go and score here in that first possession, then you have your timeout to fall back on to end the game with. But anyways, we'll see how this works out. And if you're an Owen Sound fan, let's hope that the play they're working on now brings them within that one goal, and they'll have a minute to battle it out.
And at the very least, Steve, if they don't score, at least not give up a chance the other way, because if they do go 6-on-5, which I think they will, and it looks like they, with where Miles is standing, and it looks like what's going to go, if it goes in transition, you have to think with how quick some of these Elora defenders and transition guys are, it's going to be basically a free marker, and it will put the game just about out of reach.
Yeah, I mean, but this is what you have to
of course
expect here with this time in the game here.
They got to take the risk.
And referee Pete DeBrone will be a stickler here and make them start right from the top of the crease. And
away will come Laycock.
Yep.
Laycock. Sundown dropped it. Sundown gonna try to get away here. That shot right on target. Caught by Laycock, I think, and it will not be, but it will be their ball. Sundown will bounce it there for Tyson Morrison. 1:10 left, still 6-on-5 here. Morrison trying to dart away here.
They got to keep that ball hot, though. He's just hanging on the ball too long.
Laycock fires for Moran. Moran will fire, and it goes right into the chest protector there. Sundown trying to get off for the netminder. They do, and Plater will make his run. And now Ryan McDougall will go. That ball fired back for Evan McDougall.
Yeah, I mean, Elora doesn't have to do anything here. They'd be wise just to eat up the entire clock.
Just roll it into the corner.
Yeah, Owen Sound would be forced to score 2 goals in 27 seconds.
What a spin there by McDougall. I don't know how he kept possession while he kind of did that. Has some jawing there in front of the red paint. That ball darts in some legs, and Owen Sound should get one more chance here. Ethan Kerr will start with it. So it should be maybe one more opportunity here for Owen Sound. 6-on-5. Moran looking to fire it. He does. That's a good save and retrieved by Wilson. And and some whacks there by the netminders. Moran and Holton Stevenson are right there, and they're not impressed with the netminder. And now some pushing and some shoving. Everybody is getting, I think, separated here as some more barking continues here between these two sides with 13.6 left. I gotta wonder if any penalties will shake out here between the two sides. Because Owen Sound will finally be escorted off here. And barking at Moran again will go Landon Christoph. And Moran wants a piece.
Well, they did have 59 minutes and 46 seconds to get pieces. So to wait till 13.6 is a little late in the day. So
that is true.
Lick their wounds. They played a hard game tonight, got outstanding goaltending and hung around with the best team in the league. And
they slowed the ball. They could have one more.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how they're going to get possession here, but nonetheless.
Or are they going to they're going to start Elora in their zone?
Yeah.
And darting away will go Elora. And that's Webley. Webley fires. It ended up getting to J.J. Levine, but he couldn't really catch it. Levine's still trying to get a hold of it. He'll take a whack from Ethan Kerr. He'll try to hold it against the boards, and now Levine will just roll it, and that's stopped by the referee and I believe Brian Cranny, but that's the game regardless. 7-5 is the way it ends. In a low-scoring affair that you would have thought credited Owen Sound, and I still think you got to give Miles Plater his flowers because, again, I think he's easily the player of the game for Owen Sound, Steve.
Well, I think, he's the player of the game for both teams. I mean, without his contribution, his score is not 7-5. It's take nothing away from the effort the Owen Sound club put forth tonight. They just got beat by a better team, but the score is certainly flattering with respect to how good Miles Plater played tonight. So.
Now again, Steve, this continues a rough patch for the North Stars in the schedule. They got to play Northman, as you saw, which was a loss, 11-5 here in Durham. They played tonight against Elora, 7-5 loss here at home, and then they got to go to Cambridge against the other 5-1 team in their division. So like Owen doesn't get any easier after this one tonight.
No, it doesn't, but I'm sure they'll stay at it. I mean, I think the team has a lot of confidence within the room, and they know that they'll take a lot away from tonight, that they hung with the best team in the league, and you get a few transition goals like they got that one late, the game could be a different outcome.
That it could be, and again, if you get goaltending like that from Miles Plater every night, you're going to give yourself a really good chance to win every night.
Yeah, that's for certain, yeah.
But I'd say on offense, Steve, you saw there as Elora really went out during the second, and especially in that third period. It just gave them no room to operate, no room to breathe, and Owen Sound really had no answer to that once Elora really went aggressive.
Yeah, they did an outstanding job forcing Owen Sound to make plays, and they have a lot of guys that have certainly great pedigree in the program they run in Elora, and guys that could fit in at any level. And hey, look, there's some guys out there that in a pinch could certainly probably contribute at the MSL level, and maybe this Saturday night with our home opener coming up in Meaford on the 24th, we might be able to use a couple of them. You never know.
You'll never know, and I can't wait for that home opener of the MSL season with, of course, you and I back here, Steve, and I believe it is Durham in the home opener. Am I correct?
It's in Meaford, yeah, on the 24th, 7 p.m. So hope to see some regular fans. They catch the fan bus at Boston Pizza an hour before the game. It's free of charge. You got 50 people can switch on it, so hopefully they take advantage.
Hopefully they do, and if you don't get a chance to come live, watch it live with you and I, getting a chance to do the MSL season. But that'll be it here for us here tonight for Jr.B. 2 more games left on our schedule of the Jr.B season on Rogers TV. They still have quite a few games left of their actual schedule, but with that being said, for Steve McCarthy, myself, Spencer Byers, and the great Mark Perry behind the camera, we'll get a chance to see you next Saturday down in Meaford when the MSL North Stars have their home opener here on Rogers TV.
Playing wheelchair tennis, reading books, but in the end, I don't think we even needed to do any of that. Like,
it's more mainstream now, wheelchairs. You see them all the time, right, in shows and stuff like that. So
they don't even, it doesn't even bat an eye. Our moms are a huge integral part of our life, like his and mine, and
still are, but at the beginning, way more. Her mom helping babysit. They gave us their van back in the day. It's like we can't. And we originally moved in with her mom after my accident until we had this house built. And then my mom moved in after we had the house built, and she's been like everything.
And she's on, like she's our grounds. Everything she does amazing stuff, like to balance out what we need to do to live. Yeah.
Outside our property is all her.
Yeah.
The grass, everything is all her. So.
It's a village. So our children are raised by a village.
Thank you for watching this episode of Underestimated, presented by Oatley Vigman Personal Injury Lawyers and brought to you by Spinal Cord Injury Ontario. Thank you to our guests for being open, vulnerable, and sharing their experiences with us. As in any sexual relationship, an open, honest, and non-judgmental approach helps each partner to ask questions, express their thoughts, and listen carefully without the worry of being criticized or corrected. SCIO and Courtree have a variety of resources on sexual health and intimacy. To learn more, visit sciontario.org and courtree.com. I'm Tori Bowman, and we'll see you next time.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
This is a brain in urgent need of mental health care. But because 3 out of every 4 Indigenous people experience racism in healthcare, she may not get the help she needs.